Before we begin with the second session, I'd like to invite the provost who would like to say a word or two to us.
Last April, the College of William and Mary's Board of Visitors passed a resolution supporting and endorsing the creation of the Lemon Project, a journey of reconciliation. The project was created as an opportunity, and I quote, for involving college faculty, staff, and students, as well as members of the greater Williamsburg community, to better understand, chronicle, and preserve the history of blacks at the college and in the community, and to promote a deeper understanding of the indebtedness of the college to the work and support of its diverse neighbors. And I am delighted today, on this most appropriate of occasions, a symposium on the origins of the African diaspora and the historical triangle, to announce the official launch of the Lemon Project Committee. Two particularly exciting and complementary reasons about for the Lemon Project are, one, its exceptionally broad range of possibilities and partnerships, and its keen Janus-like vision, looking both to the past and to the future, that future made better by fuller understanding. We also hope that William and Mary might become a model for other collegiate institutions, especially in the South, as they too seek to come to terms with a past tainted by racism and face futures that must include all races equally.
What I want to talk to today is one, I think, significant good thing that William and Mary is associated with, if it's properly understood. I don't want to blow it up too much. But this is our association with the Bray School. The Bray School operated in Williamsburg between 1760 and 1765. It was founded here on the recommendation of Benjamin Franklin. It had as a kind of motive, a religious motive, concern for the souls, I think, of the blacks who were recognized, obviously, as human. This is not always the case in Virginia. When you look at this, and I appear to be the first one to have looked at it, that William and Mary, through its presidents and some of its faculty, actually had a track record from about the 1740s on of involvement with religious education of blacks. Most of our presidents and faculty then were clergy. They were Anglicans. Our presidents, including James Blair and the Dawson brothers, were commissaries of the Bishop of London. The Bishop of London was very interested in his responsibilities for the religious education of heathens, Indians, and blacks in Virginia. He encouraged the commissaries to take that up. He encouraged the royal governors to take that up. Didn't always succeed very well, but he did what he could. So what I'm arguing in this article is that William and Mary actually, unbeknownst until now, is one of the earliest, and I think maybe the earliest university or college in the country to concern itself in an institutional way with the education of black children. I also put forth the claim in my article, and I think I've got some people at least convinced of this, that the Bray School, the structure that owned the Bray School, which the college actually owns over on Prince George Street, is perhaps the earliest extant building in America associated with black education. Again, a series of qualifications and careful phrasings there. But essentially, that's the thrust of my presentation.
It's apparent that slavery and the hiring of slaves were an integral part of the operation of the college. Slaves were also sold to help the college through economic hardships. Part of the reason the college owned so few slaves by the 1850s was that it sold them off to pay other bills. Of particular note is the slave Lemon, owned by the college, who may have had a family of his own. Its status as whether they were free or slaves is not known yet. He was one of the slaves given the Christmas bonus in 1808. In 1815, an aging Lemon was given an allowance to provide his own food, which was better than the food that he was receiving from the college. Then in 1816, the college paid for medicine for him, and then the next year, the college bought a coffin for him. Although slavery was relatively unimportant in the final antebellum years at William and Mary, the racial attitudes that had allowed it to exist and to go largely unquestioned preserved well into the late 20th century, and offending remnants abound about town and campus even to this day. Now, William and Mary is far from alone in this situation, but it has the opportunity, perhaps, to provide a model for sensitive, intellectually stimulating engagement between once arrogant and distant academic enterprises and the disrespected, underpaid black folk who provided the basic labor that have made such institutions work. The story of racism and neglect on the part of the college from emancipation through the beginnings of desegregation in the last quarter of the 20th century need to be researched, analyzed, and included in that ongoing journey of self-discovery and reconciliation.